Welcome to Radicards TV on Radicards.com. I'm your host, Patrick Greeno, and today I have a familiar guest, Dan Grano of SportsSecurities.com.
How's it going?
Hey, Dan.
What's up?
How's it going?
Hanging.
Nice.
Yeah.
Thanks for coming over.
Not a problem.
So Dan's brought an interesting set here. We're going to talk about LeBron James.
Yeah.
We're going to start it off, so why don't you kick it off for us, Dan?
So, short story. We were just talking about this before the show, and we have a mutual friend who has a significant number of LeBron James rookie cards. And a few years ago, he and I worked a deal, and recently I was just kind of looking at the cards themselves, and just so happened to open up the most recent Beckett to see that the Topps Chrome had jumped to $500, which was shocking to me.
Huge.
I knew that he was making some moves, but didn't realize he was commanding that type of money for his Topps Chrome.
A base card.
Yeah. So anyhow, I thought I would bring one of the sets that I had acquired a few years back, and it's the 03-04 Bowman Chrome with the LeBron James rookie. And I'll turn it around there so you can take a look at it. Which is a pretty cool card. You know, he's young in the picture. You can see him there. Looks like a high school kid.
Well, he was drafted out of high school.
Right.
Kind of like, he kind of takes on the same prestige as Kobe Bryant being drafted out of high school.
Right. And one of the other notable cards is the Carmelo Anthony in the set as well. There he is, young as well.
Another strong player.
Right. Not quite the same career, but definitely an elite player.
You know what's interesting about these two guys is that if you swapped their first and last name, that would still work. Anthony Carmelo and James LeBron.
So, the complete set here, just to pull out a few and see here.
Oh, nice.
All
now, is that hand collated?
It is.
So
it is.
How many boxes do you have to open to do that?
Jeez, I have no idea.
You opened quite a few?
I didn't open any.
You didn't open any.
Right.
You bought it this way.
I traded for it this way.
Okay, all right.
So all the rookies, they of course follow the Bowman Chrome.
LeBron James' marquee value is significant in its own right.
Yeah.
Draws a lot of attention, and quite possibly the greatest that we have today in the league right now, presently.
Yeah,
active
sure.
players. Certainly a great investment, for your dollar to get these, and they're steadily rising.
Right.
And so over the course of time, my assumption, well, I don't know as a fact, that these might start to mimic the response of, say, Kobe 90s inserts over the course of time.
Right.
I mean, LeBron early year stuff, right?
Right.
So it's going to be interesting to see as he reaches the end of his career over the next probably 5 years, would you say?
That's what you hear on TV and on the radio. It's hard to say. You never know. He might be, the Tom Brady of basketball. He might decide to play till he's 40. Who knows?
Right.
I mean, a 40-year-old LeBron James might be better than some of the guys that are currently on the court.
Well, the longer he plays, the more his numbers will increase.
Right.
So naturally, he'll start to reach that upper echelon of record-breaking background catalog in terms of performance.
Right.
And I think that with LeBron James, have already won a couple of championships with the Heat, and coming back to Cleveland, I think it's going to be a good draw. Now he has two different markets, not just in Cleveland. He's got it now in Miami. So he's more nationally collectible because he's got two different draws now.
Right.
Good stuff, man.
So the second thing I brought is a little bit different than anything I've brought before.
Okay.
So I'm sure if you've been following Twitter, you've seen Upper Deck is just pounding away at their new hockey line of collector's coins, and so I absolutely love the precious metal market.
Oh, I think it's fantastic.
And buy items regularly as investment. And so when I saw that it was hockey as well as silver, I thought, well, I got to at least try my hand at one. So this is the 2017 Upper Deck Grandeur, and they are coins that are sterling silver. They come in 3 different finishes. There's the colorized finish, which I believe are printed to 5,000 copies, with 20 players being in the set. There are high relief, which are serial numbered to 1,000 of the same 20 players, and then there is the frosted version, which I think are serial numbered to 500. They do come in packs, but they're e-packs, and they run $100 a pack.
Really?
So metal-wise, you're looking at a pretty expensive investment, but you know, when you're buying hockey silver, it's more of the less of the intrinsic value and more of the collector
So
value.
you paid more than the value of silver here?
Yeah.
For the Crosby?
Just to give it a shot.
Okay, all right.
Now they are legal tender in the Cook Islands, so they do have a face value of $1.
So you can actually spend that.
You can actually spend it when I'm in the Cook Islands.
But that's something you can sit on, and the precious metal will increase.
Well, you always
value,
have the
right?
value of the metal. So
Right.
it's not like, you know, a Ryan Leaf card where at one point it was worth a lot of money and then, you know, it's worth nothing.
Right.
So this always has the metal value. I mean, granted, silver isn't screaming expensive,
Sure.
but it definitely always has that value. And then, you know, you bring in that collector value, and
Totally.
you could have something different. So this one here was my one attempt, and it was Sidney Crosby. This is the high relief variation, which is the middle tier,
Okay.
numbered to 1,000. And if you can get in there close, you can kind of see that there's a serial number down at the bottom. I think it's like 487 out of 1,000.
May I?
Sure.
So this is kind of reminiscent of the what they call it, Highland Mint from
Right.
the '90s. The same concept, beautiful, you know, precious metal gem slabbed in kind of this really professionally done casted plastic. I guess you would say it's like specifically meant for this particular coin.
Are you talking about the case?
Yeah.
Yeah, the encapsulated.
Right.
They're called airtights.
Airtight, sure.
Yeah.
So I think this
So
is...
they don't get the oxidation
Right.
of silver.
I just think these are great. I think, man, what a cool thing that Upper Deck has done is produce something beyond cardboard and move into the metals piece. I like this. This is really nice.
So I guess they announced it at the industry summit. I guess it's in Vegas, right? And you know, it hit Twitter pretty hard. I really think they're cool, and I think what they did to separate themselves from Highland Mint is, one, it's available online via e-pack, and two, it's a blind pack, so you don't know who you're gonna get. Now, not everyone in the set is the caliber of Sidney Crosby or Wayne Gretzky or Connor McDavid, but there's definitely good players, and then you have your okay players, you know. But it's not hard to put a set together, considering there's only 20 in the set. Now, if you're going for variations of each, you could spend a little bit more money, and there are apparently quarter-ounce gold variations as well. I don't know how regularly those are found. But
I really like this, man. This is beautiful. I like that you know, there's still just three. They're not like a whole bunch of different versions.
Right.
Highland Mint had three as well, the bronze, silver, and the gold, and I just thought it was like meaningful that the number is acceptable and accessible. It's not like 30 different, you know, pieces of metal. It's just three. And the print runs are as such that it will allow a good chunk of collectors to get one of each.
So I've looked at a few online, and I'm going to have to be honest that as cool as it was to get a parallel version, the actual colorized versions are really cool. It's like a photo on the coin.
Really?
Yeah. And
are you going to try to get the other two for Sydney?
No.
You're good with the one?
Yeah, I'm good with the one. Like I said, you know, for investment purposes, you know, it's more expensive than the metal cost, you know.
You're right.
For that same amount of money, I would rather, you know, go buy 4 Silver Eagles or something.
Sure.
And still have a little bit of cash left over.
Now, is this going to go in your collection or in your metals collection?
See, that's a
Where do
big
you put
question.
this?
It'll probably go in the metals collection.
Okay. As an investment piece.
Yeah, it'll go to my son.
Right.
Hopefully he won't sell it.
Wait till he's that age to start thinking about investment and start training him early, right? I love it.
Yeah.
Good stuff, man. Thanks for sharing.
Sure.
So I'm going to talk about something that some of you viewers might remember in 1995 was kind of it was kind of a year when card collecting was moving in the direction of more serial numbered cards and hard to pull inserts and no guarantees, but you knew that like insertion ratios were high, so that the inserts you pulled were, you know, significant. Leaf produced statistical standouts. You might remember they were those cards that actually featured the you know, what felt like it mimicked the design of a baseball. You had the ripples of the stitches along the side, and it featured, you know, superstar talent from that time. And when I was, you know, buying packs of 95 Leaf back then, I only ever hoped to get one, and I never pulled one. But as I got older and I was able to have some more funds, I sought out the Frank Thomas and I was able to get one, and I've since gotten a few more raw copies. And then I acquired a graded copy, a BGS copy, and then I went on to buy the promo copy, which I discovered, you know, in 2010, right, that the promo copy existed. It has a little clipping on the edge there. And back in '95, when I discovered these cards during the Leaf campaign with Frank Thomas, because he was sort of their spokesperson for the brand at the time. He was on all their advertising because, you know, he was the key player in the 1990 Leaf set, the key card. And so I had discovered these early on, and it was only almost like a dream that I was going to pull one of these, and I never did. Or a dream even just to own one, and I still never did at that time. It took, I got my first copy in 2003, you know, and so 8 years had passed, and at that time, I had a little bit extra cash, and I remember holding this card in person and thinking, God, I've always wanted this card. And in '95, that card was worth, you know, into the 3 figures, and I was like, that's too far out of my reach. I mean, and a card numbered, you know, thousands. You'd think that it would be more accessible, but in fact, it just was just hard to find back then. But it was also pre-online, you know, shopping, so things were inaccessible just by design of where the market was at the time. And even to this day, Statistical Standouts from 1995 Leaf Baseball stands as, I think, one of the most attractive sets ever produced of all the sets made in baseball. And that's a bold statement, truly. I'm not saying it's the best one. I'm saying it's, of all the sets produced, it's one of my favorite sets. That card to me is significant for a variety of reasons, and one being it's just very tough to get. Even now, if I bought a box of 95 Leaf, I mean, it's probably still going to be a needle in a haystack, you know. But there's a lot of other great inserts that came out of 1995 Leaf Baseball. So I just want to share that story with you. Thank you for listening.
Sure.
All right. All right, Dan, final thoughts? Okay.
Just keep it going.
All right. Thank you for watching another episode of Radicards TV on Radicards.com. And until next time, enjoy collecting.
Take care.
If you like this video, please subscribe. Enjoy collecting. Thank you.